Welcome to the Barrier of Entry podcast. My name is Nick Benitez. This is episode 5, and we have an incredible guest I'm very, very honored to introduce to you guys. The Barrier of Entry podcast was created to literally break down the border between Canada and US, fully knowing that in the US, the licensing structure for hairstylists, for cosmetologists, for barbers, there's a lot more put together. When here in Quebec, in Montreal, there's nothing. There's no health and safety regulations. There is literally no licensing structure. And that's why I want to bring beauty professionals, industry giants into the space, to the Barrier of Entry podcast. And today we have the one and only Wayne Tuggle.
What's up, man? How are you?
How's it going?
I'm glad to be here, man. Real glad.
Welcome to Canada.
It's different. I like it. I've enjoyed it. It's beautiful, beautiful weather.
How was your flight this morning?
Nice, easy. It's always an easy flight, but getting into Canada is probably pretty. It was pretty simple, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no trouble, no nothing. Pretty fast.
Do you come to Canada quite often, or?
I've probably been 5 times in my life.
Do you know where you've been?
Toronto.
5 times in Toronto?
Pretty much Toronto.
Yeah. Only for the
Only for the hair show.
hair show.
Yeah.
You know the hair show doesn't exist anymore.
I do. It was a good hair show, though.
It was.
Good hair show.
Yeah. That was a Canadian staple for me. I mean, it was a Canadian.
Oh, no question. I bet you I did it 5-6 years. I mean, I've done it a couple years, in between, but it was nice.
Were you there representing yourself?
I was there with sexy hair.
Oh, with sexy hair.
Yeah.
So Wayne, for those who don't know who you are, I'm really, really interested to hear more about your story. But we know you as Wayne Tuggle.
Wayne Tuggle hair. That's it. Yeah. I do bangs on Instagram.
The bang guy.
The bang guy. Yeah, that's what my life is now.
Obviously, there's more to that
Yeah,
than just being the bang guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's Wayne Tuggle? Personally, before I get started, first of all, welcome to Montreal.
I love it. I mean, for the last few hours, it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
I'm happy.
Absolutely.
I'm really honored, and I specifically wanted to bring you into Montreal because a lot of the educators and education that we see happening locally, I see that a lot of it doesn't really leave the city.
Right.
And after traveling to the U.S. For the entire year last year, I realized there's so much more. Like, we are just a drop in the bucket compared to everything else that you have in the States.
Yeah.
So you, honestly, I love your content.
Thank you.
You and I have a mutual friend, Patrick Loyal.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Truly, in my opinion, one of the best barbers in the U.S.
Absolutely.
I would say that. One of the best guys I've ever met.
And, I've only seen you on Instagram, but what are you all about? By the way, I don't know anything about you.
That's okay. Nobody does. But, I've been doing hair. God, I'm 54 years old. I've been doing hair 30-some years. I started when I was 18. I am from a small town in North Carolina. My father and mother were both educators, as far as school teachers.
Oh.
Principal. My father was a principal. Mother was an educator. And I had football scholarships to several different colleges, but I wanted to be a hairdresser. Especially in the 80s, 90s, my dad was real happy. Yeah.
Really?
A big, strong son wants to do hair. But it worked out. I turned down for scholarships to 4 different football scholarships and went and got a barber license first. So I have a dual license. I have a barber and cosmetology license because I really got started doing barbering. Me and my younger brother's a hairdresser. He owns, he works on QVC. He does a lot of stuff on QVC. He works for Chi. And we both owned a barber shop. And from there, I started doing women's hair, and best thing I ever did. Went back to cosmetology school.
Well, what got you into hair?
My grandmother grew up in the beauty shop. I call it a beauty shop. I mean, it was, her and her sister opened a shop when they were young. And me and my brothers would ride the bus to my grandmother's shop after school and just watch her do hair.
Wow.
And I had a natural talent and knack, just kind of like prodigy. I don't want to say prodigy because it's such a crazy thing, but I could just cut hair. I could see things and watch it and go do it. So I would watch her do it and then immediately go do it, whether it be a roll of perm, whether it be watch her cut. So I would go in the back and cut on mannequins. And I'm from a small town in North Carolina, so men, they barbered. It was different. Mm-hmm. Men didn't do women's hair then. Not where I grew up from. It was all women that did it. So I wanted to go into it, and went to my father my senior year and was like, Dad, I don't want to play football anymore. I want to do women's hair. But luckily he supported me. And because I was going to school to be a teacher. I wanted to be an educator. I wanted to be a PE teacher. And from there, I just went right to school. And that's kind of how it worked out. I loved it the second I walked in. And he supported me. He said, what's the worst thing that happens? You don't like it? I'll send you to school for 4 years. So how could you lose? So my parents were always very supportive.
Wow.
Yeah. Never knew how big it would come. I would never forget my grandmother was getting, $7 a haircut. God, you got to think it's 80s. We're in a little small town, 12,000 people. $7 a haircut, perm, $30. I don't know if they did color. I think they did, maybe not much. But I remember showing her the first pamphlet when I started working at a big salon. And the haircuts back then, I think $45, $50. And I remember showing her this, and she looked at me in the face and said, you'll never get it. And now I'm a little over $200 a haircut.
Let's go.
Yeah. So, it's just what it is, man. It's just, yeah. And I never, it's not even about the money to me. It's never been. It's the love. And it's nothing I love more than waking up every day, knowing I'm a hairdresser, knowing I get to do hair. And I've just, my road's been wild, man. I went to first thing right when I got out of school. I started working. I met a woman that worked for Wella on an elevator in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I was there at the time, and the WWE was in town. So I get on the elevator, and I'd just gotten out of the swimming pool and had on a tank top, and I was really muscular up, and all I did was work out then. Long hair down to my stomach. And I get on the elevator with this blonde, and she said, are you a wrestler? I said, no, I'm a hairdresser. She said, well, you don't look like a hairdresser. I said, well, what's a hairdresser look like? Yeah, what's a hairdresser look like? And we just talked back and forth, and, you never know who you're meeting. You never know what you always, to me, I always learned back in the day, my father was like, always be on your A game, always speak to people with respect, look at them in the eyes, this and that. This is how we grew up, because my father was military. Mm. And so we get to the 10th floor, and she said, she said, what do you want to do? I said, well, I'm here for a company, Wella. I want to be a colorist, and I want to learn as much as I can and grow as much as I can in the business because I love what I do. Not knowing who I was talking to, I thought it was a random woman. She steps off the elevator, reaches her hand back in, and she says, my name's Lisa Pompa. I run the Wella education. I'm here for this. And she said, why don't we go out to dinner and let's talk about your future?
Oh.
Right there. So I was like, there you go. So and from there, she got me a job, and she lived in Jersey at the time. And this is when Wella was in New Jersey. Wella was in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hackensack. And I started working for Wella as a colorist. And from there, she got me a job on Fifth Avenue with a guy named Oscar Blondie, who had one of the biggest salons in New York City. He had worked for Frederick Fekkai. And he broke off, he was opening $1 million salon at the top of the Plaza Hotel at the time. So I got a job there. Yeah, and I'll never forget. I went in, and it was wild because you interview, and it's so intimidating. Because again, I'm from a small town in North Carolina, different world. It was a whole different world. So I go in and get the job, and it was wild. So I worked there 2 weeks a month, and I learned so much. That's who I learned most of my speed from. Because at the time, and this is God, I'm going to say 95, 96 roughly, 97, something through there. He was doing 10, 15-minute haircuts for $300 in the 90s. This guy was knocking it down. Brilliant hairdresser. And I would just watch him and assist him, and I just feel like I always heard you go somewhere for 6 months, you learn, you move on. You go somewhere for 6 months, you learn, you move on. Just to learn so many different things so you don't get ever stuck. And I didn't want to live in New York. I was recently married, 96, and my wife was in school to be a school teacher. And I didn't want to raise the kids in New York City because it just wasn't, I'm from a small town, very southern. And my wife's from Baltimore, Maryland. So she was fine with being there, but I lived in the Plaza Hotel and worked in the Plaza Hotel, which is a pretty good life, and got to work with celebrities. I worked with I'll never forget, and I tell this story all the time, walking in the salon, and this was before internet, so it was magazines. You only saw celebrities in magazines. So I would walk in the salon on Monday or Tuesday morning, and the salon, 10, 20 chairs would be packed with 10 to 20 celebrities, not normal people. So it's wild. So you walk in and you only see people that you had seen in magazines or the little bit of TV, that you would see them on in movies, and they were sitting in a salon and you were getting ready to shampoo, blow dry, or do their hair. I got to work with Cameron Diaz for a movie called There's Something About Mary.
I know that movie.
Yeah, so I tell people all the time I did this, I didn't do this, but it was really wild because it was just I got to just hang out just because Oscar Blondie did all that stuff. Worked with Elton John, I worked with just J-Lo, worked with a ton of celebrities because they all came through the salon. Carrie Russell, when she cut her hair off, I remember her being in the salon doing it. Just wild. You could sit and talk about this all day, and it was just different.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just kind of, you did their hair and they moved on. Shaking hands with Kiefer Sutherland. Just people that you just can't even imagine that were right there in a salon getting their hair done at the most vulnerable private moments, and you're there shampooing them or just speaking to them or bringing them water. I mean, it's wild to think about it. I'll never forget calling my wife on a real phone. No, there was no cell phones, and Oscar called me over and he said, "Wayne, look out the window over Central Park, and out there playing football, tag football, was JFK Jr., Suge Knight, Tupac, out there playing. Wild. And I'll never forget. Right. And I had completely forgot about that story until my assistant that I've had for 18 years, Courtney, she told me when the JFK, she said, "Do you remember the story you told me about JFK Jr.?" I was like, geez. And I'd forgot that because you do so much. It's just things that just slip your mind. And then I tell my wife recently, I said, I watched JFK Jr. play football several days outside the window of the salon. She said, "I never heard that story. I never even told her." Wild. Just stuff like that. You're just like, what the hell? This is your life. Small town boy from Eden, North Carolina, and I'm in New York City overlooking Fifth Avenue, looking out the window at celebrities and standing beside, just what?
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. And I left New York, came home, worked in a salon in North Carolina, and started working with sexy hair. Met my mentor, best friend in the world, Michael O'Rourke, one of the best. He was a 3-time world hair champion. Got to help him do a lot of stuff, developed a system called a structure in motion back in the day. Now it's called Angles in Motion because it's mine now. And just kind of worked on a TV show with a guy named William Watley called Ambush Makeover. It was a good buddy of mine. William still does hair. I just saw him recently at the Chicago show. One of the best razor cutters and phenomenal friends that you'll ever meet. And it was just when shows were shows. It wasn't no education, it was shows. It was different, man. It was all flash and trash. You had a good time. I learned a lot from him. And would travel with a company called Scruples. And, worked with their color line after I left Wella. And then I came on with Michael O'Rourke with sexy hair, and it changed my life. Just changed everything. I was with sexy hair for, Lord, 8-10 years.
Wow. Michael
sold it. Opened a company called Rock Your Hair. So I left with Michael and just went with his legacy line and just started. I was Michael O'Rourke's right-hand man, and I owe him pretty much everything, him and my wife, my entire career, because she has supported me from day one. We met when she was young. She was 15. I was 20. And we've been together 35 years. And she supports me. I travel 45 weekends with Hanzo now, and do my own thing with Wayne Tuggle Hair. And me and Michael, I just recently acquired my razor, and that's kind of my whole life, man. And I'm in a salon because I feel like you can never get out of the salon. I feel like once you're out of the salon, because the issue is the internet changed the world. The last thing I ever wanted to do in my life was be on the internet, but now I'm going to go down in my life as the guy that does bangs on social media. I'm on the plane, literally. Crazy story. I was on a plane a few weeks ago with country singer Kane Brown. I was going to Nashville. So Kane Brown's sitting here, and his wife's here, and I'm on the plane, and he's sitting beside me, and people's getting on the plane, they're looking over at us, and nobody says anything. And, he's a star. I mean, I do bangs on TikTok or Instagram, whatever you want to say. 2 young girls walk around the corner, and you'll see them, and they're just stopping their tracks, and they're like, and he sits up, literally, they're going to take a picture. And she says, "You do bangs on social media?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And he turned around and looked at me. I said, "It's TikTok, baby. I mean, it's just what it is, man." And they took pictures with me. Wild. It's just so humbling, honestly. The fact that hair and a pair of scissors has taken me to. I've cut hair in 50 states. I have been to 10 different countries and done hair. I mean, I actually got to headline a show with sexy hair at the O2 Arena in London. I mean, who can say that, man? Just a lot of people can say it, believe me, but it's just, for me, it's humbling, and it's never an ego. It's never been an ego. You have to have an ego to do what we do. You know that. You do what I do. But it's still humbling because it's nothing I love more than hair and watching people grow and learn people. The only issue I have with the internet is it's so nasty. It's so backstabbing. It's so toxic.
Yeah.
I'm 54 years old. Do I want to deal with that? Lord, no. I've set my life up where I can just chill. I don't have some random woman with a picture of a cat as her profile picture tell me how to cut hair. What are you doing? And it's not about me being better. I'm not better than anybody else. I just happen to do a set of bangs, and it took off on TikTok. But I've worked for everything I've gotten my whole life. I'm in the salon Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I literally do anywhere between 20 and 30 people a day behind the chair, cuts and colors. I have 2 assistants that I couldn't work without, and Courtney and Haley, and Courtney's been with me 18 years, Haley's been with me 4 years, and it's the best thing. I love being in a salon. I would rather be in the salon than probably anywhere. Love it. I love waking up every day, putting my shoes on, pants on, shirt on, and going to work. Because you make people beautiful every day. And I'm not for everybody, and I tell people that all the time. You don't like me? Scroll by. I don't care. I don't care. It's not about the money. I don't make any money from social media. I'll never take money from social media. I'm not about the clicks. I could care less. If I can show one hairdresser, and if I get if somebody DMs me or sends me a message and says, "I love what you do. I love your bangs. I cut my own bangs because of how you did it." That's all I care about. I don't want to be famous in the hair industry. Who gives a shit? It's not what it's about. It just happens. It's all about, to me, the love of the business and the love of the people. You don't like what I do? Scroll on. You don't like what I do? Don't come see me. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm still going to eat steak every night. End of the day, I'm still going to eat steak. That's just what it is. You set your life up because you work for it. And not everybody's going to like everybody and do everything, but that's what I learned. But of course, again, I'm 54 years old. I'm at the point in my life where I have a great life, and I've built a great life, and I love what I do. End of the day, that's all that matters to me. That I go down into my career, that I did decent hair. Am I the best hairdresser in the world? No. I never claimed to be. But on the other side, some people think I am, some people think I'm not, and it's okay. But I'm a good father. I'm a good husband. I just kind of do what I do, and I love waking up and hanging out every day. My glass is 100% halfway full, always. I've had about one bad day in my life. It was when my mother passed of cancer in 2010. Outside of that, I think my life's been pretty good. That's who Wayne Tuggle is. What the hell, bro? I mean, right. Yeah.
Round of applause for this guy right here. Oh, my goodness. How many times have you told that story? That was, amazing.
I tell it all the time.
Wow.
Because I love it. I believe it, and it's the truth. It's just, or you're going to say, "Oh, you've done this, you've done that." Oh, you're lying for what? For who? Who gives a shit? I mean, really, who gives a shit? Nobody. Nobody cares, man. You got 5 people that love you. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. If somebody's hot for 5 minutes, they move on. Whoever was hot 10 years ago, were they still hot? Nah. As long as I stay true to myself, and I've always said that, if I stay true to myself, fine. I love it. As long as my family loves me, and I have a few clients that love me, great. As long as I can eat. I want to be a millionaire. I don't want to be I have no desire. Like, people always ask me, "What's your 5-year plan?" What I'm doing today. Wake up. As long as I'm upright, man, and I can go outside and walk and breathe and enjoy my life, that's all I care about. If I can cut hair, great. That's my 5-year plan. I mean, do I have, I want to be this and this in 5 years? I don't care. I'm happy. I'm happy every day of my life. And that's all I care about, is being happy.
Wow.
And that I make a few people happy and a few people like how I cut hair. That's it.
That's it.
What do you say, man? What I mean is, I'm different, bro. I just do my thing. I've never conformed high school and this and that. Me and you were talking about it earlier. Like I've never drank. I've never. Not that it matters. I don't care what anybody does. I just never conformed to what the lifestyles of anybody else was. I never with peer pressure and this. I've always been. I'm not going to say a leader, but it's just kind of done what I do.
Well, where does that mindset come from?
I always say I don't know. I don't know. And you say something really cool, but not that I have to say it's cool. I just never wanted to disappoint my parents. I loved my parents. I still love my father, and my mother's passed, but I never wanted them to look at me with disappointment. Not that, don't get me wrong, alcohol, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. It's not disappointment. It's the fact of I just never wanted them. My father was a principal at a high school, and we grew up, and all he ever said was, "Don't embarrass my name. Your name is the end of the day. Your name and your word is all you have." So I never wanted somebody to go to my father as the principal of a small town high school or middle school and say, "Your son was out doing this. Your son was acting like an idiot. Your son was drinking. He was doing this." And then but then my mother would be disappointed. Like that was the thing. I never wanted to disappoint my parents at the end of the day. And then, you do that, till 18 years, not disappoint your parents. And then you turn 21, you turn 40, you start drinking. That's just not something I wanted to do. I mean, I always looked at it like if I drink a 12-pack of soda, I'm sick as hell. I want to drink a 12-pack of beer. It smells terrible. Just different way to think.
Absolutely.
But I don't care what anybody else does. Doesn't mean anything to me. I have, friends that drink. Everybody, it's just I'm the odd one. In the world, I'm the odd one. I think different. I look at things different, but it doesn't matter. I never judge. I don't judge anybody. As long as you're doing good, and I tell people all the time when I go and teach classes, I teach 45 weekends with Hanso, and I love it, going in people's salons. Am I here to change the world? Am I here to change the wheel? No. I'm here to just show you what I do, and if you do it, great. If you don't, it's okay. I'm still going to wake up tomorrow and do what I do. But if I can help one person, that's all I care about. That's the key. It is helping and being in that sense. And I'm not saying it in the sense to, he wants to help everybody. I don't. If I don't help anybody, I'm okay with that too. But if I can, and somebody and they like what I do, great. But I don't judge anybody for anything. And I tell people, I'm not here to judge you. If you're making money behind the chair and you're able to feed yourself and your family, you're doing a great job. I'm not here to tell you you're doing something wrong, whether I don't point cut or I don't do this or I don't do that. You're not doing something wrong. You're making money. And if you're able to sustain behind the chair, and this as an owner and as a hairdresser and a barber, it's a damn hard industry. It's a damn hard industry. And if you're making money behind the chair and you can feed yourself, congratulations.
Yeah. That's
just how I look at it, man. And if I can make a little bit somebody better and smile, that's it.
There's going to be a lot of people listening to your story, and I think you have an amazing story, by the way.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And there's going to be people coming into the industry that might hear this. You mentioned, you were brought up to think, every 6 months learn something and leave.
Sure.
Every 6 months learn something and leave. When do you still follow that today, or no. do you suggest that people pick up and go every 6 months?
But the world's changed. It's different. You got to think the internet changed everything.
But why 6 months? I feel like 6 months is so fast.
Because you just really, I think, it's like a relationship. It's phenomenal for 3 months. If it's going to work out, it's over 3 months.
Right.
If it's going to break, it's going to break in 3 months. So think about that. People get tired of stuff. 3 months is about a breaking point. So you say 3 more months in that, you've learned about what you can learn from that person. You've taken the best of the best, because the first 3 months they love you and they give you everything to show how wonderful they are. And then after that, it starts getting comfortable. And after that, it starts getting comfortable. I look at it like a relationship.
Mm.
And then if you come through 3 months, and if I wake up, like for example, I wake up today, 35 years later, and I'm so excited to get home from work to see my wife. It's not 3 months. 3 months was phenomenal, but it's still phenomenal today. So it's like my assistants. I make sure that the girls that work for me are so excited. Courtney is the best example. She's my 18-year assistant. She works 2 days a week now for me. She's got a nice family, a great husband. And she doesn't have to work. She works because she loves it, and she loves me, and she loves coming in. My other assistant, Haley, loves every day waking up. Like, she literally just came back from back surgery. And she said those 3 months that she was out because she wasn't at work, hanging out and with clients and me, then you know it's going to work out. And so that's how I look at the 6-month thing. You work 6 months, and then when I was with Oscar, I worked for about a year and a half with Oscar. I learned the most in 6 months of how he cuts hair, of how he moves clients, how he treats people, how he does this. After that, then it becomes you. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because it's just how I look at it. It's just 6 months. Like, it's that love that somebody gives you for that 3 months. And I always looked at it like a relationship. Yeah, so I would go I'd go to a barbershop, work, I'd learn how to do this and this from the best barbers. Then I'd go to another salon and I'd work here and here. It wasn't about building a clientele then. This is the 90s.
What are some red flags in a salon?
I think that all comes from the owner. I've seen this. I've traveled around. When you go in a salon, and if the owner's shitty, stylists are kind of shitty. I'm not saying talent, attitude. I think the key is attitude, because I've seen some people that have the best attitude, love this business, not be the best hair cutters. I mean, who am I to judge? But I'm just saying, I've seen some people that are phenomenal hair cutters, and they've got a shit personality. I mean, just like that. Anybody knows that. You're
right.
around somebody, you're just like, Jesus Christ, you're an energy vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're sitting, it's all about the business. It's all about the business. No, it's not, man. It's all about how you treat people and how you love people. And the love you give is the love you get. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, people coming to me, I mean, I've spent 10 minutes a haircut. Couple $100, 10 minutes a haircut. People's like, and you have people outside saying, oh, well, I've been doing hair for 30 years and I spend 45 minutes to an hour at a haircut. Congratulations. You're not me. We have different clienteles. I mean, that's the reason I do 25, 30 people a day. It's not greed. What it is just how it works. It's what I do. And if they like it, they come back. If they don't come back, then I'm doing something wrong. I need to change it. But when you get up to the point that you're booked and you're busy and you're making money, you're doing this, who's to say you're doing wrong? That's just how I look at it. And I think that's the biggest problem with this whole industry is everybody judges everybody. And if they just looked in the mirror and they were like, you know what? He does stuff different. Whatever. Is he busy? Are people happy with him? Who gives a shit what anybody thinks? As long as you're happy with me as my friend, I don't care. Does that make sense? And that's just how I look at it. But people are so concerned with everybody else that they never look in the mirror.
When you back when you crossed paths with that lady from Wella.
Oh, I still talk to her today. Still talk to her on the internet today, Lisa Pampa. One of the craziest things, man. And she literally said when she met me, and you're going to be something because you love it. And she gave me that chance, and I have still to this day. I truly talk to her once a week on the internet, which is great.
Wow.
And she's no longer in the industry. She's of course moved to California. I honestly don't know what she does, but I still speak to her just as friends. And when I go to New Jersey, I go out to dinner with her if I can. But it's just wild. She gave me that chance. She didn't have to give me that chance for what? I'm nothing special then. There's nothing special now. I'm just a human being and she just said, you love what you do so much. But she got me in the top salon in New York City, which was Oscar Blondie, as a country boy from North Carolina. And I'll never forget him saying, but when in the interview, don't say y'all too much. I don't want it to sound like you got off a horse and just came in a salon.
That's what he said?
Yeah. Never forget it, man. It was a while. It's like, okay. But, I mean, it's endearing. I mean, yeah, again. But, again, I'm a child, 25 years old, 28 years old, whatever. And, you're impressionable. And so you listen, you learn, and then you figure out your way. I'm not going to be somebody else. Different at 54. Now I really don't I don't give a shit. I just want to have the best time and live every day like it's my last day.
I love that. When you say, to look in the mirror and to be happy with yourself internally first before you can put yourself into the world and to be able to serve others.
That's with the life.
Do you feel like the Wayne that she met in the elevator was enough to have that opportunity? Like, I feel like it was divine alignment.
Well, it's 100% divine. Absolutely no question with that. But I look back at it now, what I've done things different 100%. But again, hindsight's 20/20. I wish I would have known then what I know now. Toby Keith. I mean, that's just how I look at it. If I look at stuff at 54 with what I did at 25, I'd probably be just sitting home every day because I would be completely retired and chill. And just doing hair because I want to, not to pay for 2 kids in college, not to do this and that. Because, you live and you learn. You burn money. You do whatever but it's just, again, every day is a life lesson. And you look back, it's like, I wish I would have known this and this. It's like my father said, I'll never forget when I was a child. This was when people came around. Encyclopedia salesman comes around to the house, and they're selling encyclopedias. And he's like, why would I need your encyclopedias? I got 3 teenage boys. Because we know everything. But he knew it all. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild. Your dad knows nothing until you're an adult. Same thing. You know nothing as a child, and you make the mistakes, but that's who you are today.
What's it like entering fatherhood? What was it like for you?
With what?
Entering fatherhood.
It was the best thing ever happened to me. And I always say this in a joke, of course. I wanted to have, of course, with my wife, but the key was I told somebody one time, and I joke about it, that I never knew I could love anybody more than I loved myself until you have kids. And I have boy-girl twins. And I look and it's the coolest thing. It's literally the coolest thing in the world. And then I tell people all the time again, it's like after 18 years, I have my wife back. Because for 18 years, she's a mother. She's this. She's doing this and this. And for 18 years, I work. I put my head down, and I'm just there. I'm a good father. I took her places, while she was in college. She did. But at the end of the day, now, it's just me and her again. And it's wild. It's like it's back in 1996 with us young, and we still date 2 times a week, and we do this and that. And it's just, I can't wait. And like Ronald Reagan said, I'll never forget him saying this, that I couldn't wait to get home because I knew the woman on the other side of the door, which was Nancy, was waiting for me to get home as much as I wanted to get home. That's how I feel every day. I can't wait to get out of work because I love what I do, but I keep it separate. 45-minute drive home so I can unwind and go home and just enjoy my life. But then, like, my son's home for the summer. He's in Georgia engineering, and I have a best friend again. When he was a little boy, different story. You go through the changes in life. You do this and that. My daughter's in Charleston. She's a model, and talk to her every day and love it. But there's nothing like waking up. And then my son gets up now, goes to the gym with me, works out every day. He hangs out. We just hang out, and it's just wild. Like, it's nothing. And I never thought I would be like this, to look and say, I want you to meet my son. It's different when you're an adult.
Wow.
Yeah, and all I really wanted them to be was functioning members of society. I wanted them when they were young just to have charisma and be nice to people. And they both have such crazy charisma. And they look at people in the eyes and talk. I didn't want a kid that did this. I mean, come on. I mean, look at people, respect people, and give people respect, because that's the only way you're ever going to get respect is if you give respect. And that's again the problem with the hair industry. There is no respect. People don't give the respect because they're too in their own heads trying to get clicks and trying to, I got to make sure this and this, so I'm going to say something bad about this hairdresser to get more views because that's what I need for life. Give me a damn break. Everybody does their own thing. Just be decent to people. It's not your ego. It's not in my ego. It's just be decent to people. It's enough clients, and I say this all the time, there's enough clients in the world for every salon to be happy. Because we go to salons sometimes and teach classes that they won't open it up to the salon next to us because there's our competition. There is no competition. It's like back in the day before cell phones, of course. If you left the salon, they would keep your clients. They would hold them close because, I'm not going to give you your clientele because you worked in my salon and built it. Your salon. That makes no sense. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be here? Go. Here's your clientele. I don't want your clients either. But I can never forget, I left the salon one time, and that's how my assistant Courtney came about. It's because I left the salon and I had a nice clientele. When I left, they cut my book off because there was no internet. There was no nothing. They had called on the landline to say, I want an appointment with Wayne. Wayne's no longer here, but we can fit you into with somebody else. Well, where is he? Well, we're not going to tell you. What? So, I mean, and to me, that's just the craziest thing about this industry. Everybody keeps it for themselves. I worked for a guy, the first guy I worked for, gate kept everything. I was trying to learn how to cut hair, and he would hump over top of the client. I'm trying to watch. He would never see. If I was here, he'd move here. I'm sitting there thinking. And then 5 years later, 5 or 6 years later, I'm on stage in Sexy Hair. I'm at a hair show, and I see him in the crowd. I'll never forget. I looked at him, and I was just like, let me tell you guys the story. So I tell the story, and I was like, you never know who you're teaching, or you never know who you're with, because one day you may be in the crowd learning from the guy that you kept everything from. It's insane. I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense.
Wow. Yeah.
There's nothing I won't show people. I'm at hair shows. I'm busy. But if somebody walks up and says, how do you do this? I'll show them that second. I sit up every single night, and if somebody asks me a question on the internet and sends me a message, I sit up and answer 50 to 60 questions a night on what they want to know. Because if they take the time to ask, why am I going to be so much better not to show them? Because it happened to me. Nobody wants to show me anything because they're afraid you'll be better than them. I want everybody to be better than me. I do. I want everybody to be better than me and I want everybody to make the money that I make or to do what I do. You know, you don't have to do it like I do it. I do it, and yeah, I'm snowblind at the end of every day. Do I suggest people do 20, 30 people a day? No, I don't. I definitely don't. It works for me. You know, it's just how it is.
You're an amazing dude.
But I feel like that. Like, it's literally from my heart. It's how I feel.
Wow.
And it's not a show. It's not this. Because if I never cut another head on the internet, I don't give a shit. Because I'm happy.
Wow.
I have a clientele that's happy. My family's fed. And it's not about the clicks. And I say this all the time. It's all about, oh, this guy's so good because he's got 1 million views. Well, I mean, is he?
Wow. Just
because you're good at the internet doesn't mean you can cut hair. But you're doing something right. Like a buddy of mine, Roy J. White, he's passed away recently. It's called the Hillbilly, not recently, a couple of years ago, called the Hillbilly Barber. One of the best barbers I'd ever had the pleasure of he was literally my best friend. And it still breaks my heart to this day that we lost somebody that unbelievable in the industry. But I remember he used to say, you know, he's a funny guy. He's like, yeah, I don't have any followers, but I've got an 850 credit score and I'm busy in the salon. I don't have time to take pictures. You know, so you look at it like that. Are you busy and you don't have time to take pictures? Just because you have 1,000 followers, you have 1 million followers, does that mean you're a great hairdresser? No, it means you're good at the internet and you take pictures and you're good at videos. I don't take pictures. I don't take videos in a salon. I don't have time because I'm busy. I do my stuff on the road when I can. So I don't love the internet.
Wow.
I enjoy it because it's changed my business. Don't get me wrong. I'm very thankful for it. But is it going to be my life? No, I can't wait till the day I cut it off. It's true. I can't.
Really?
I can't. Because I love it because I can help people. That's the only reason I still do it. Because as long as I'm getting messages to say, how do you do this? I like this, or how do you do this? Because the toxic side of it is something I can't handle. Because guess what? If you see me in person, you're not going to tell me anything to my face. Everybody's keyboard cowboys. That's my issue. Yeah.
For everyone just tuning in and listening right now, this is my first time ever actually having a real conversation with Wayne. And I must say, you are a fantastic dude.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, but and I tell people all the time, this is me 100% all the time. If anybody that works with me, anybody that knows me, I am like this all the time. I don't have a bad day. I don't criticize people. I don't hate on anybody, because this is the thing, and I tell people all the time on the internet, and people criticize me all the time because of how I cut hair or how I do this, because I do stuff different. Who gives a shit? Because here's the thing. There's nobody in the world that's doing better than you will ever criticize you, because they don't have time, because they're doing good themselves. Michael O'Rourke was the best hairdresser in the world. Never heard him criticize one person. And there was, to me, and again, it's an opinion, nobody could cut hair like that guy. Nobody was in a vision and further around the curve than him. But I never heard him criticize one person. He opened the biggest hair company in the world. And I never heard him criticize another product company or anything, because guess what? He didn't have time. That's it. Anybody that criticizes anybody, they've got too much time on their hands. Or then that's just how it is. Or you're going to judge somebody for what they do? Who gives a shit?
I think you have the heart of a true educator, because everything you're saying about how you want to help people is very selfless.
It is. It's 100% selfless. I love it. There's nothing I love more than teaching other hairdressers my technique and my way. And like I said, if people use it, great. If they don't, it's okay too. I'm not here to force anything down anybody's throat. I don't care. I do what works for me, and I don't know anything else. I don't know anything else. I don't know what works for me. Like, people ask me all the time, what's the key to a successful marriage? What's the key to successful life? Who knows? Everybody's different. It's just like it's the craziest thing. Like when my mother passed away, and me and my brothers used to say this all the time. Nobody knows what you're going through. And I think the worst thing you can ever say to somebody is, I've been there. Some people's mother, you lose your mother, you lose your father. But do you know my relationship with my mother? No. So you don't know what I'm going through. You're not walking into my shoes. And like I tell people the same thing. I don't know what you're going through, but I feel for you. That's it. And it's the same thing. I don't know what somebody goes through every day in the salon, but I do have an idea. It's like that's one thing I never did either. It's like when we were talking about, we're doing this class here this weekend in Montreal. I don't care what kind of model you get me, because guess what? I'm going to make it work, because everybody's different. Like somebody said, what's the trend? The trend is what you can wear. That's it. The trend is what you like. If you like Farrah Fawcett's haircut, guess what? Nobody on the podcast knows who Farrah Fawcett is. But if you like that 80s haircut, then you're wearing it. You wear it well. It's what you do. It's not about me to tell you what to do. It's about what you like when you look in the mirror. And it's like, again, losing a parent or doing that. That's what it all is. You don't know my relationship. I didn't know your relationship, but I can tell you what, I feel for it, because I had a mother also. And that's just how I look at haircutting too. I don't know what you deal with clients every day, but I deal with the same thing. Just two different people. And I tell people all the time, clients, you look at clients, and and it doesn't even go to clients. If you're in the back and you're like, oh my God, this woman is so nasty. She's such a bitch. She's da-da-da-da-da-da. Guess what? Your clients are a reflection of yourself. Because guess what? If you're saying that about your client, you're a nasty bitch too. I mean, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
My clients are really cool, and not that I'm cool. I don't believe me. I mean, I am cool, but I'm not. But it's that my clients have a good time, and they smile, and they're thankful, and they just move through. Yeah. Do you have a couple negative Nancys? 100%. But for the most part, they enjoy life. Why? Because I enjoy life. My assistants enjoy life. Why? Because we match together. You are who you're around. It's like the old saying, and you always say, oh, it's so stupid. You are who you hang around. The company you keep, that's just what it is. People's like, oh, I got this nasty-ass client. I got 90% of my clients are so mean. Because you're probably mean yourself. And that's just how I choose not to live. It's everything you do is a choice. I choose to wake up every day. I choose to wake up and be in a good mood. I choose to wake up and talk and get along and move through life. I don't choose to sit up and like Eeyore and just be like negative, man. You can't do it. You can't live that way. Yeah, it's just how it is. But again, it's your life. It's what you choose to do.
You left the salon in New York.
Yes.
I mean, you were doing celebrities' hair. You're in such a cool environment. At what point did you feel like, okay, it's time to move on?
True. This is the truth. I remember a girl came in from Ohio, and she came in, and because people were coming to the salon for the salon, not for me. Because, of course, back in the 90s, early 2000s, you went to New York, you got a haircut, you got the best haircut in the world. But did you? And that was my thing, and this broke me. I'll never forget this girl walking in, sat down in my chair, do anything you want. So I said, okay, no problem. Do anything you want. I mean, you hear it all the time. And again, back then I wasn't skilled. I didn't look at things like this. It was more of a show. It was more of an ego. It was more, I'm working in New York. I'm the blah, blah, blah. And I'll never forget, while she was being shampooed, one of the stylists came up and said, just do anything you want. It doesn't matter if you mess up, because they're not here for you. They're here for the salon. So I didn't cut her hair, and I walked out the salon, and I just said, thanks for your opportunity, but I'm flying home. And I left and never came back.
The same day?
I didn't even cut the girl's hair. I left. I walked out.
Whoa.
Because what good was it going to do me? It wasn't for me.
Right.
It was, nobody gave a shit who I was or what I did. I could have completely gave her the worst haircut I've ever given anybody in my life, and she would have left and loved it because I was cutting in New York City. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the guy walking up to me and literally said, and I had, and it was, we were supposed to do Jerry Seinfeld's wedding that night. I'll never forget it, because he got married, and I'll never forget the guy walking up. And I said, well, God Almighty. I said, he said, yeah. He said, just do anything you want. He said, just try it, to do anything, which is okay. It's great, but it didn't matter what I did. So that means, what am I doing it for? I'm doing it for nothing. You become an empty shell. I'll never forget. I just said, you know what, brother, I'm gone. And I pulled my hair back in a ponytail, and yeah, of course, and walked up to Oscar, and I said, you got a second? And I said, listen, brother, I said, I'm out. I appreciate your opportunity. It's just not what I want to do. I said, I'm headed back to North Carolina. He said, well, you got to do that. I said, I'm out, brother. Thanks for the opportunity. And left. Literally walked out and took a cab to the airport and flew home. Never looked back, and just never even thought about New York again. I went back and I built my clientele. Because I wanted them to come to the salon. I wanted people to come to the salon that I was working at. It was one of the biggest salons. This salon was it was called Platinum Studios, and it was a guy from Chicago owned it, and we had 28 stylists just doing hair, front desk people. It looked like the inside of Caesar's Palace. He had owned part of the sold a software company in the 80s for millions of dollars, so he had more money than he knew what to do with. So he married a hairdresser and opened the biggest salon on the East Coast. It was as big as a Walmart. And you walked in, it was fountains. It was we had a original true statue of Caesar in there. It was the most unbelievable thing you'd ever seen.
Where was this?
It was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Is it still around?
No.
Okay.
Divorce and stuff. I mean, stuff happens.
Okay.
But it was really one of the most beautiful salons you've ever imagined. I learned more there than anything, but I wanted people to come to that great salon and not know the name of the salon. I wanted them to know they were coming to Wayne. Because I worked in the greatest salon in New York City, and nobody gave a shit that Wayne was there. Mm. The guy beside me could have cut their hair. It didn't matter. I got my hair cut in New York. I don't want people to say I got their hair cut in New York. I want their hair cut by Wayne. That's it. So that's what I started building my brand and myself. I wanted people to come to me because they loved me. Whether they knew my name or not, the guy with blonde hair, the guy with long hair, the guy didn't matter. But when I left, I didn't want anybody to have to say, oh, I'll stay at that salon because I'm going to the salon. But if I would have stayed in New York and I would have left New York, nobody gave a shit, because guess what? I left the girl in the shampoo bowl, and she didn't care whether I cut it or Edward cut it beside me. Nobody cared. So to me, it's pride. And it's love of the industry.
So how did you build your personal brand?
I wanted to make $50 a day. Then I went to $100, and then I went into this, and then I just really. It's a long road, man. I learned again. I made terrible mistakes. I was too worried about everybody else and what people thought instead of worrying about what I loved. So I opened salons, and I did this, and I trained people. Hired people, had a salon. I'm not a salon owner. I'm a terrible salon owner. Last thing I ever want to do is change toilet paper, because I want to do hair. And so it was too much responsibility that came along with it. And I don't know how to build you. I know how to build me. And then, of course, the internet switched a lot of stuff around, because then now every hairdresser is like, oh, I only want to do 3 people a day, and I want to charge $200 an hour. And it's just, then it becomes money. And to me, it was never about the money. It's never even to this day been about the money. I mean, do I want to? Because believe me, nothing cool about being a starving artist. But I think if you don't worry about the money comes. And I worked at salons. I opened salons. I went to the biggest salons. I opened a great salon called Panache. Beautiful, white top to bottom, head to toe, and I was miserable because it wasn't about the hair. To me, the problem is about the hair. I think it's my crutch because everything I do is about the hair. And the best move I ever made is I literally just recently went to a suite, and I work for a guy. It's called Blue Rose in North Carolina. The owner is a private owner. He owned a bunch of McDonald's, opened 3 suites, so he's hands-on. So I'm working with you. If I need something to call him, Paul, this is how can he's there every day cleaning. He's there doing it for it's all personal, and that's how I live. I want everything. You come in a salon. I still, to this moment, to this day, after 30 years of doing somebody's hair, walk them to the front. Thank you. Book again. Let's do it this way. My assistants will take care of you. Hey, how are you? Come on back. I don't have to do that at this point in my career. I can walk up and just say, okay, here, and get out of there. But that's not what it's about. It's about the experience and the love that I have for it, and that's where it all comes from. So the best thing I ever did was move to a suite. Because again, I can't make you. I can't give you work ethic. I can't make you stand there and sit there and wait for clients. Because the internet's changed that. Again, like I tell people all the time, internet's been great for the industry, bad for the industry in a lot of ways too. Because we learn from people that aren't actually in the salon. And it's okay too.
How many salons have you opened and closed?
I've had 1, 2, 3.
At which point did you realize that you're not a good owner? Self-proclaimed.
I always knew I wasn't a good owner. I'm a good person. I'm a good hairdresser. I was I have 4 or 5 girls working for me at the time, and they were in the back eating lunch, and I was in my room doing hair, and somebody walked in and said, Wayne, we're out of they're a client, somebody else's client. Wayne, we're out of toilet paper. Could you please change it? So I shut the salon down that afternoon.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're going to interrupt me while I'm cutting somebody's hair in somebody else's time to change toilet paper. One of those 5 other girls there. Nah. So I just shut down. I can't do it.
Can you dive deep into that? This is very interesting. I know you. I mean, I felt it already with the New York situation.
But it's the thing is, it becomes a burden. Like, I don't want to be bothered. I want to do hair. I want to do what I love. I have set my life up at this point. And it's the same thing like with my own brand. It's harder for me to do my own thing than to work for a company that does it for me. Can I make more money on my own? Absolutely. Do I have to do more on my own? Absolutely. So the trade-off is happiness. Again, it's not the money. I can make double the money on my own. I don't want to. I love working for the brand I work for. I love the owners of the brand I work for. I love Andrew Reeves is literally my dearest friend. He is the education director, and I love this guy because it's a respect thing, and he does it because he loves it too. So that's the thing. And I'm on my own. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. I'm doing this on my own. Is it worth it? No. I mean, I enjoy it. But to me, I'm still myself. I still have my own brand within a brand. And I just kind of can live my life. And to me, it's happiness, man. It's waking up every day and looking in the mirror and say, how happy are you?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a millionaire. But guess what? I don't give a shit either. I can eat steak every night. I can buy golden gooses. I can do what I want. I drive a town. Whatever. I'm not struggling because I don't have to change anything. And that's what I said. There's my 5-year plan. Is just be happy in 5 years. It is wild. I'm not going to chase $1. I'm just not. I do a lot of people a day. And people always say, like I just recently did a thing for a booking app, Gloss Genius, one of the best companies I've worked with, one of the greatest. They're phenomenal. And I just was telling, how I did this, and the app said I did this, and I do this and this. And I had so many people say, you're so greedy, you chase a dollar because you're doing 30 people a day. You can't pay attention to people. Who are you to tell me what I'm doing? People are happy. They rebook. And that's the problem. Everybody knows everything, but knows nothing. Until I've walked a mile in your shoes, I can't tell you what the hell you go through every day. I can't. And I don't chase the dollar. I have never chased a dollar. I live today like I'm not going to have a dollar tomorrow. I don't think about it.
Wow.
Because it always comes. And when you chase a dollar, I don't think you ever make any money. How happy are you? Does money make you happy, or does just peace? It's peace. Do I have work-life balance? No, I don't. I don't have work-life balance because I do nothing but work. But I don't work for the money. I work for the love. It's two different things. Because here's the thing. When you work for the love, the money always comes. It's like an old saying. My grandfather, anybody's always said, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. No, I don't fucking work. But on the flip side, guess what? I'm happy. I love cutting hair. I love being behind the chair. I love going out and teaching in salons and seeing somebody grow. And I tell people all the time, send me a message, tell me to follow you so I can watch your career blossom. That's all I care about. That's it. I'm not saying it to say it, oh, he's a nice guy. He said to watch my career. No, I care. I truly care. And I can't say that enough. And I love this industry. I think the industry has so many flaws, but it has so many good things too. But again, I mind my business. I don't care what anybody does.
Wow.
I don't care. I don't care what anybody says about me either. It means nothing to me.
Wow.
I'm also 54 and I don't give a... But I care. That's the thing. It's love to me. I learned that from my family. I learned that from Michael O'Rourke. My father was a high school principal and loved everything he did.
Wow. See, before wanting to become a hairstylist or get into hair, you went to school. You were planning to go to school to become a teacher.
Preschool kindergarten teacher. Preschool kindergarten.
Wow.
I went to school for a few years to get a preschool kindergarten degree. And then my father said, Wayne, do you want to work with women or kids? You want to do paperwork or do hair? So I quit writing, started cutting hair.
The heart of an educator, though, I feel that. I feel that.
But I mean it. And it's funny because it was really crazy. Like I said, doing hair 30-some years, been with my wife that long. And first time she's never seen me do anything on the internet. She doesn't watch my stories. She doesn't watch anything. She's never seen me teach. She's never seen anything. She's an educator herself. So we were in Seattle. We were going on a cruise, going to Alaska. And she came to a class. And just said, unbelievable how phenomenal you are. Not because she's my wife. It's just she just said, you're, from an education standpoint, you can tell you love every second of it.
Oh, wow.
That's the only time she's ever seen me teach.
Wow.
One time. But again, it's love. It's just a respect thing, and that's just kind of how it is.
This is a perfect site. Well, first of all, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Oh man, I love it.
Like, I feel like I know you, but I know there's so much more to Wayne than
This is about it, man. I tell people all the time, what you see is what you get. I don't change. I don't change for anybody. I'm like this all the time.
Wow.
And I've been like this since I was a child.
Wow.
My glass is always half full. Always.
Wow. God bless you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I appreciate it.
Perfect segue into this question because, right now in Montreal, there are educators popping out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. What do you have to say about, people that want to become an educator? What are some prerequisites that they need to have or within themselves?
I think it's like anything, educator or opening a salon or anything. And again, my opinion means nothing, but you better have something special. Like, what makes me want to come to your salon, whether I want to go to this salon? Because it's like even educators. We have educators that come in and I think people are just become an educator from an ego standpoint and not for a love standpoint. But you better have something to show. Don't just show recycled vomit. I think if what makes you want to come to my salon as opposed to salon next door? Because I have something to give you. And I think to get education, you have to have something to give. Just because you love it and you go through and you just do something recycled or you do something that you better show something that's real. And I think the internet's ruined that for people because nothing's real anymore.
What do you believe that Wayne has, that's special about Wayne for him to give?
I mean, I think my technique's phenomenal, but of course it's my technique. But I think what it is just I'm going to do what I can to make you the best person you can be. As far as haircut wise, I'm going to do my best haircut ever that I can. I can only do so much, but I'm going to make you feel better, and you're going to leave the salon or my class, and you didn't waste your time. Because I'm not a professional guy. When I say that, I'm going to have I want to have a good time. I want you to love. You're not coming to the dentist. You're going to a hair salon. I want you to have the best time that you can. And I want to talk about things that you want to talk about. I want to have you get to know me, and I want to give you the best haircut and be so sincere and real that you want to come back. I want to be somebody that you can just hang out with. And I tell people all the time, I don't build clienteles, I build friends. You build friendships, people want to stay around you. You put a clientele, who gives a shit? You got clientele.
You know what's crazy? Listening to you right now makes me want to work for you.
I appreciate it. But I'm not a good owner. But it's about hanging out. And I tell people this all the time. If anybody ever wants to come to the salon and hang with me for a week, I'll do everything I can to show you how to be better behind your chair. Not that I know everything, because I don't. I don't ever claim to know everything. But I am very successful as far as my standards. Like I said, am I a millionaire? No. Am I going to ever be? No, I don't care. I make enough to live. I make enough to eat. I make enough to do what I want to do. I support 2 kids in college. I put them through college, no loans, just myself. And I support a family and have the best time. And that's why I have 2 assistants that, in my opinion, I have had one for 18 years. It's not because she's not a great hairdresser. It's because she loves me and she runs my business like it's my own. I pay them, I take care of them, and I make sure they're fine.
Can I challenge you on something?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you have a very amazing aura when it comes to becoming a leader in the space. And like for me, myself right now, like we've been talking for the past couple minutes.
Yeah.
But I feel like I really would want to be a part of your journey, be a part of your team. And I feel like if I was a hairstylist looking to work under you, I would love to work under you. But I know you say that you don't feel like you're not a good owner. The other things that you weren't in love with, like the toilet paper and all that
Sure.
stuff, couldn't you have just delegated that to somebody else?
Again, I'm going to say yes, but no, because who I'm going to tell you? I'm going to tell you to do. If I don't want to do toilet paper, why would you want to do toilet paper?
Man,
Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, if I don't want to mow the yard, I'm not going to ask you to mow the yard. I'm going to pay somebody to mow the yard, so neither one of us have to mow the yard. It's not that I can't do it. I don't want to do it. So why, if I don't want to do it, why the hell do I expect you to do it? I'm no better than you. It's the same thing. Like, we would go to the shows. Michael O'Rourke sold sexy hair for $250 million. But he still put the booth up. He's $250 million. And he didn't have to put a booth up, but he did. Because why is he going to expect us to do it if he didn't do it? So why do I expect you to sweep if I don't want to sweep? I'm a terrible ass sweeper. My assistants can sweep, but I still try. It pains them to watch me. But it's just, how can I say, just because I'm giving you $20 an hour, that I want you to change toilet paper when I don't want to change toilet paper?
Wow.
That's the key. It goes back to love and respect.
Yeah.
I love and respect you as my friend, so I would never ask you to do something. Here's the thing, lunch. I could easily have said, yeah, buy my lunch, but I knew that I was going to double food, and I didn't want to put it on you. As my friend, as just meeting you as my friend, a few months ago, I would never say, I expect you because you bring me in and I'm doing stuff and we're doing this and we're doing that. I would never expect you to buy my meal because I can pay for my meal. Not that you can't pay for it, but then I never want to be like greedy. Wow. So why would I expect you to do something when I can do it and it doesn't affect one way or the other? And then I come back to the table with a shitload of food. And you'd be like, well, God Almighty. You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody, somebody's paying for your meal, and then you order 2 steaks and 3 desserts and this. You're a piece of shit. I never want to be that. And I don't want anybody to think that of me.
Wow.
If I can't do it, why would I expect you to do it? But I can show you how to cut hair. I can show you how to treat people.
Yeah.
But that's building you. I'm about building people, not about building myself. Because it's the same thing. You never water a flower, it doesn't grow. When you put weeds around it, it kills it. But if you put nice flowers around it, everybody gets water, everybody grows together. I want people to be better than I am. I definitely do. I'm not the best hairdresser in the world. I'm not the best person. I just kind of live by that. I've lived like that my whole life. And I don't change for anybody. I've never followed a crowd. I've never done a trend. I do what I need to do to make my life better. Yeah. That's just it, man. I mean, it's just what it is. Like, we go on the road and we're traveling with people and like, oh my God, we're getting Wayne Tuggle in. I've done this and this. People are nervous. And my assistant, Laura, is always like, just give him Sprite Zero and pork rinds. He's fine. But it's true. I don't need anything. Take me to a grocery store. Take me to a CVS. Drop me in a hotel room. Let me watch SVU and just lay around. I'm okay. I don't expect you to take me to dinner. I don't expect anything because guess what? I can get dinner. I can chill. I don't ever want to put anybody out. I don't. I never want to put anybody out because I don't want anybody to put me out.
Wow.
And I'm put out, people, my whole life have put me out. And it's okay. Go along. But it's kind of like I don't expect to come here and, come to Canada or anywhere. And for you to take me here and do this and this, I appreciate you taking me to the mall. But it's just one of those things that I don't expect it. If we do, great. And if we didn't, if you just said, Wayne, I got stuff to do, because guess what? You got a family, you got friends, you got stuff to do. I'm not going to come in your life and interrupt it because I think I'm special because I've got a handful of followers on the internet and I can do damn bangs. No, I'm not going to interrupt your life. I don't. I want to fit into your life. And I want to make your life better because guess what? If you enjoy this situation, you'll bring me back. You'll have me back here. You'll have me back in your town. You'll have me back in your city because guess what? Wayne didn't worry the shit out of me to take him to a bar or to take him here or take him here. I just had to drop by CVS, maybe take him to David Yerman at the mall or just come whatever and hang out. That's it, man. Like I told a distributor, and I was talking to I want to build a relationship. It's not the money. It's not this. I want you to love me coming here, and I want your people to love that I'm here so I can come back to Canada. Because that's what it's about, is respect. If I come into your city and interrupt your life, you're never going to have me back. You're like, I want to have that son of a bitch back? No. You don't. You don't want to have anybody that drives you crazy. You want to have your friends back. And that's just how I look at it. Same thing with clients.
Wow.
I don't want a client that drives me crazy. I don't want you to interrupt my day because you got a miserable marriage. No, I don't. I want you to come in and make my day better because you're happy to see me as I'm happy to see you.
Right.
Because then they leave you like, oh, I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's how I've always looked at everything, man. If I can't do it, why would I expect you to? And I wouldn't want you to interrupt me. I don't want to interrupt you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And God bless you, man.
It's an easy way to live, man. But, that's just life, man. It's just the world's different.
I get you.
I grew up in a different era and I think completely different. Again, like my wife tells me all the time, you're the odd one, Wayne. We're the odd ones. It's just how it is.
Did you watch The Last Dance? Michael Jordan.
Oh, absolutely.
So Jordan never pushed his teammates to do something that he would never do.
Of course, absolutely.
And that's something that I kind of follow for my own business as well. And but you're really taking that principle to like, not even the heart, like the soul.
100%.
It's like if I don't love it, like I'm not gonna make you do it.
I would never.
Wow.
Absolutely, I would never expect anybody to do anything that I won't do myself. And if I don't want to do it, it's like even I say, and let's be honest, sometimes I'll even say to my assistants, I'll say, do you mind? Do you mind going to get? It's their job to get the client, bring them in, shampoo them. Will you please shampoo her? Do you mind shampooing her? Because I don't want to do it. I don't. And they don't mind doing it, but I still want to respect them to the extent of, no, I hate doing it. Do I want to blow dry this thick ass head of hair? Lord knows, nobody does. Best thing ever happened to me was COVID when I didn't have to blow dry hair. They came in and left wet because I was telling them to blow dry the damn disease around. Oh, yeah, I can do your hair, honey, but I can't blow dry it because you know it blows COVID around. Give me a damn break. Best thing ever happened in my life was COVID.
You're great.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's the truth, man. Oh, no. Oh, I'd love to do your hair, but you know what, sweetheart? You got to leave wet. Well, why? Well, didn't you just see on the news that if you blow air blows the airborne disease around the world? Yes. I just don't want to. I want to be safe. I didn't even wear a mask. But I was safe, not blow drying hair, brother. It was the best time of my life.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me and my sister Courtney talk about it all the time. Best time we ever had was not blow dry, man. Didn't want to spread the disease. As I'm standing there with no mask on in the middle of COVID, not blow drying hair because I don't want to spread the disease.
That's so good.
It's legit, brother.
Wow. Wayne Tuggle, everybody. Give him a round of applause.
All day.
My goodness. Dude, I can't wait for you to come back. We haven't even started the weekend yet.
I know. This is great. We've been here, 2 or 3 hours, man. I've had a good time. Not here. I'm saying I've been in Canada a handful of hours. Yeah.
Well,
and it's just starting, man. We're fast friends, man. This is great.
This is fantastic. Yeah. And, not to expose you and not to speak on behalf of you, but, Wayne's been up for the past 13 hours.
Easy.
So he's running on E, but he's like
operating
but you know what?
This is how I roll, man.
Wow.
This is how it is.
Fantastic.
It is.
Well,
it's because again, it's love. It's love. I love this.
This is great.
I love this. I love hanging out with hairdressers. I love anybody that has anything to do with anything in the industry because I just think, other people's kind of weird, man. I just don't understand. You start talking to me about sports. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
You want to talk to me about the dresses and the hair at the Oscars? I got you.
Yeah. So you did the haircut for Something About Mary.
Yes.
You did that cut.
Uh-huh.
But you didn't.
No. I tell people all the time. I know what it is, but it's not that.
Who is that?
I don't know. God, it was so long, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm 27 years old, and I know that reference.
It's a great. I tell people all the time. I did this, not this.
Not this. Yeah.
That's
It
was all done at Oscar Blondis. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, let me ask you this: North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
How far is that from South Carolina?
Depends on what part. Where I'm from. Let's put it that way. Where I'm from, my daughter lives in Charleston, so it's about a 4-hour drive.
Okay.
Yeah. I was born in Charleston. I was born in South Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My father was military. My mother was in Bible college. Wow. I was born in Charleston, and it's I think it's one of the best cities. I mean, Myrtle Beach is one of the best. I mean, South Carolina in general, I love. I just love North and South. I love the Carolinas.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've been to 50 different states. I've cut hair in, tons of different countries. And if I had to say anywhere, I wouldn't live anywhere but the Carolinas. I like the Midwest, but the Carolinas.
That's where I'm headed.
Yeah, it's the best, man.
What's the haircut scene out there like?
Good. I mean, it's busy. But here's the thing: that everybody's moving there.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, like you can't. Charleston's so busy, you can't even move there. And I mean, as far as traffic and this and that, but everybody's coming south. You look at different taxes. It's just everything's pretty solid in the Carolinas. Yeah, you'll love it. You'll fit right in, man.
So I'll be a 4-hour drive away from you.
Easy.
Then. Perfect.
Easy. We'll hang out all the time.
Let's do it.
It's easy. No problem.
So, again,
But the craziest thing I can't get over is the regulations here.
Thank you.
I mean, honest to God, when we spoke about that earlier, I'm damn blown away.
Montreal does not have licenses for hairstylists or barbers. Canada, actually, let me talk about Canada real quick. We only have a cosmetology license. And barbering falls under the umbrella of cosmetology. So if you go to a different province like Winnipeg, for example, Winnipeg, you legally need to have your license to cut hair.
Of course.
But if you want to be a barber, you have to go to a cosmetology school. There's no such thing as a barber license On its
So
own.
there is no difference as far as under their law. Like we're in North Carolina, let's just say in the States, difference in a barber, and I might be wrong, but I think this is it because I went to both schools, was that barbers can use a straight razor, and back in the day they couldn't do color or chemicals, where cosmetologists can't use a straight razor. And that was the only difference. But I mean, that stuff broke down, years ago. But I think that was still, I think it's all together now, but it's not. You still have different schools.
In terms of Canada,
North Carolina,
in the States, no, I still think that you need, because I was just with a stylist from LA 2 weeks ago. She was saying that she finished her Cosmo, but then had to do a barbering course so that she'd be able to use this straight razor.
So it's still the straight razor thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So straight razor and feather razor are different things?
No.
Same thing?
Same thing.
What?
If I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong.
Okay.
I might be wrong. But I think it's a shave. I think it's just, I think it goes back to the shave. I really think that's what it is. I think it's still a razor. But I remember when I went to school in 90 that we didn't learn color, but we learned perms. But barbers couldn't do chemical services. And a perm fell under the cosmetology chemical services, not the color. If you're a barber, you couldn't color.
Well, if you move to Montreal, you can do whatever you want.
That's wild as hell. I could tattoo.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the wildest. My mind is blown. Like, okay, what about health inspectors?
We don't got that here.
No health inspectors.
No health inspection. I think there is for restaurants, but
But for a country to be so crazy over COVID, like, to be honest,
yeah.
for a place to be so damn crazy over COVID, you have no health inspectors?
Nope.
It's oxymoron.
This is
Moronic. It doesn't
it-
make any sense, man.
Yep.
The health thing is the most important thing in the industry.
It's the community you're protecting, right?
Bro, it's everybody you're protecting.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, you think about it. I mean, no barber side. No barber side.
Well,
Yes and no. It's personal.
yeah. If you know about Barbicide,
Right. But like, you could get anybody off the street and they could just say, okay, I want to do hair, and it's just kind of
absolutely.
no regulations. You just open up just
You and I could
a hut.
You and
we
I
could open a straw hut and
yeah.
cut hair inside with a dirt floor, and nobody cares.
Nope.
As long as you can get a clientele. It's wild, bro. Like, I'm absolutely blown away.
So what do you think about that? Do you think Canada should step up?
Yeah, you think? Again, like I said, for a country that's so hard on COVID, brother, you ain't got no health regulations. Health regulations is the most important thing. I mean, I don't know if there's no such thing as scurvy or something anymore, but what the hell, bro? You're taking a chance. That's wild to me. Yeah. Like, it's wild. Like, wild.
Yeah.
The health thing's wild to me.
We have it in Ontario, like the neighboring province where
absolutely.
Toronto is. They have health inspectors there too, but they don't they come around.
But it's not anything like
It's not even
serious.
serious. Where I see videos of like health inspectors going to barbershops in the States and guys giving them fines and everything like that.
Oh, they'll fine you for having your brushes in a drawer in the States.
So tell me, what is it supposed to be for a health inspector to come in? Like what are the standards? Does a health inspector come into a suite?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, come everywhere. I mean, if you're a licensed salon, and a suite's considered a salon, if you have a license, they're going to come check you out.
What are they looking for?
Cleanliness. I mean, it's just, everybody, when you open a salon, you get 100. You want to keep that 100, maybe 98. But I mean, even when they open the drawers, if there's hairs in it's a little overboard, but I know it's safety. If there's a couple hairs in a brush, if your scissors are laying out, not inside, if the towels aren't enclosed enclosed, and of course, I think it's different state to state.
Yeah.
But I know in North Carolina, if your towels aren't put away, or you don't have a top on your laundry basket, or it's a lot of nitpicky too. So I mean,
love that.
6 in one, half a dozen. I know 6 in one, half a dozen another. I think some's great. But of course, it's just the law.
Yeah.
It's just what it is, man. I mean, but here's the thing too. I can remember people always used to say, well, when I worked in New York, you never cleaned your brushes when you would blow dry somebody's hair. Because here's the thing. Hair shines hair.
Hair shines hair?
Hair shines hair. So if you take a boar bristle brush and it's full of hair, it's disgusting. But I mean, you sanitize it, you do this, but everybody's hair, once you shampoo it, you clean it, this, and you blow dry hair with a boar bristle brush with hair in it. It used to, people would always say it shined hair. I mean, I clean your brushes out, but it's wild that you think about it 20 years ago. Nobody thought a thing about it.
I heard that people used to put sugar in their bleach so that it wouldn't burn the scalp or something like that.
No, you put sweet and low, the saccharin.
The sweetener?
You put it in color, and it counteracts ammonia.
Sugar.
Not sugar, sweet and low.
Oh.
Sugar doesn't work.
Yeah, the sweetener packets or whatever.
Sweet and low and equal, yeah. It's just like the best thing to clean color off the face is cigarette ash.
Really?
Bro.
What other tips and tricks do you have?
I mean, it's so stupid stuff, man. It's old school stuff. And I remember, growing up in my grandmother's shop, you learn those little tricks. They did it back in the day. I mean, it's different, but I mean, yeah, that stuff works, man. I mean, honest to God, but they just quit smoking in salons 15, 20 years ago in a salon. But I would see people you dip the cigarette, you take it off. Yeah, it's wild.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It
smells like hell.
How the inspectors must have loved that one.
Oh. I mean, well, you never know. You'll put it like in a little tin. What the hell? They don't look at that. They'll think it's a tin. Think it's a tin of paste.
Yeah.
Cigarette ash.
Imagine that.
Well, but really, it's just wild. But the health thing, I think the health thing is the most important. Very important.
Yeah.
The capes on the necks, the this and that and that. I just think it's wild to me that they don't have anything like that here. It's just safety.
Yeah.
It's just safety, and here's the thing too: it's common sense. But you got to have things in place, or it's like society. Without laws, it's a lawless society.
Mm-hmm.
So what you work in, a lawless industry where you can kind of do what the hell you want. It's up to you to be clean. It's up to you to do that. And, I know you are, and I know, that's why people come to your salon and come to your shop and do all this, because you take care of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, do I think it should be mandated? 100%. I can't even imagine. I mean, you can't live in a wild, wild west.
I'm glad we're aligned, because this is a huge problem I've encountered. Literally, the moment I've been here for 7 years.
Yeah.
And I worked at 2 barbershops. Barbicide wasn't really a thing.
Right.
So it's really it's an issue that people need to understand.
Well, it's still without laws, it's lawless. Like, you shave somebody's face with a razor, and then you use the same razor on somebody else. Change the damn blade, but they don't have to.
I mean, they should.
Well, of course you should, but common sense says you should.
Yeah.
But not everybody else common sense either.
That too.
But I think the thing is it's just a safety issue. But it's respect. I would never use the same blade on 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a respect thing. Is how much do you respect yourself? How much do you respect your clients? Again, it goes back to love and respect. But a lot of times there's a reason on anything. There's a reason. There's a sign on the door that says no shoes, no shirt, no service. Who's going to go into a restaurant with no shirt on? Makes no sense, but there's got to be rules in place because nobody cares.
Right.
Again, lawless societies, you can't have a free fall. You can't have a world that you kind of do what you want. Because with a lawless society, it's chaos.
What is your impression of the Canadian hair scene, being out there in the States? What do you guys look at?
I don't know much about it, to be honest, but I do know that the Canadian Hairdresser Society have met. Phenomenal. School's longer.
Yes.
School is grueling too. I hear.
How long is it over there for you guys?
1,500.
Plus apprenticeship hours?
No, 1,500. You work by yourself.
And that's it.
That's it. In some states, 1,000. 1,300 cosmetology, if I'm not mistaken. You have to be an apprentice. 1,300. I might be wrong, but I just think it's 1,300. You can apprentice under somebody for 6 months. 1,500. You can open your own salon. You can work by yourself. Things have changed, and I think, and of course, you go back to the schools. The schools have changed too. I wish they would do apprenticeships across the board. You can choose whether to go to school or you can choose to be an apprentice. Simply because of what you learn now. I think a lot of people, I think a lot of the schools, I think a lot of it's a money thing. I think it's a lot of, you know, people get out of school and I've seen you don't know anything, but you learn more in 2 months in a salon. Again, 6 months in a salon. Mm-hmm. You learn more in 6 months than you do in 2 years of school. Like I could pull up numerous and thousands of messages that say I learned more in your 2-hour class about cutting hair than I learned in 9 months to 2 years of school. Pathetic. It's pathetic. But again, it becomes a money grab. It becomes about money. And I think, again, when things become about money, people start nobody gives a shit. That's just what it is.
Absolutely.
And I think the reason that they haven't gotten rid of the where you have to go to school to do cosmetology or do barber is, again, because of money. Because then the state loses money.
Do you believe that barbers and cosmetologists should have a license to be an educator?
As far as educating out in
to be able to
for
teach
companies or to teach in schools, because they have to have an extra in the states. You have to have a separate cosmetology teaching license to teach in schools.
Okay.
You have to go to school an extra amount of hours to become a teacher. I can't just, because I don't have the extra schooling to go be an educator in a school. I can't. I'd have to go back to school and take another test and do this and that. But as far as educating, I think it's as far as educating in salons and traveling and educating, different story.
Have you ever taught in a school?
No. Oh, do I teach in schools? For me, yes, absolutely. Can I give somebody to pass the state board? No.
It's hard.
No, it's hard. But a lot of things, and how I look at it, is I do different in schools than I do salons. When you go into a school, in my opinion, what it's about is inspiration. You can do this. This is because I know every day these kids are going to school, they're caping people up, they're doing perms, they're doing things they don't want to do, so they become discouraged. That's not the hair industry. My goal is to come into a school or to teach students the love of the industry, not the technique. Because you learn the technique, it always comes. The love has to be, when you look at somebody like, I mean, and again, I'm nothing special, but I do love the industry. And I talk to somebody about the industry. It's the greatest industry in the world. I wouldn't do anything else. But you have to have the personality. You have to have the bandwidth. You have to have all of that in order to make it in this industry. But again, you better love it. Because if you hate it, you ain't going to never make it. Get out of it. Go be a damn nurse. I tell people all the time, if you don't like it, I tell them when I'm in schools, you don't like what you're doing now? Leave. Because guess what? You can never make it. But if you love it, you're going to live the best life. Because you can make more money than doctors and lawyers. You make more money than anybody in the world after 9 months of school. And because you make your own hours, with hairdressing and barbering, you choose your life. How long do you want to stay? How many heads do you want to cut? How do you want to treat people? You want to work 2 hours a day? You're happy with a couple $100 a day? You're living a good life. That's what you're happy with. And I think that's what the goal is, to go in schools. When I go in schools and teach, when I talk to students, it's about how much I loved it. And this is what, like I told you earlier, a pair of scissors, I've seen the world. I've seen the world because of a pair of scissors. It's insane to say. That's it. I've seen the world because of a pair of scissors. A pair of scissors brought me here to Canada. You know? I mean, that's just, think how crazy that is. I told somebody 30 years ago, I'm in high school, a pair of scissors are going to take me around the world. A pair of scissors are going to take me to a salon where I'm hanging out with Kiefer Sutherland and J-Lo, or I'm seeing what?
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it gives me chills even looking back and thinking about it. Crazy.
Do you take care of any celebrities till this day?
No. I hadn't done any in a while. It's been a while. I worked with the WWE a pretty good while. One of my favorite people was Paige from the WWE. I got to cut her hair off for TV. and she's one of the dearest friends. Worked with Rascal Flatts recently. Got to work with them, and yeah, been texting BB Rexa about doing her hair, so which would be kind of cool. So we'll see.
Very cool.
We'll see. I mean, but here's the thing. I am happy. I feel like I would love to do a bunch more celebrities, but what do I care? Because every client that sits in my chair is a celebrity, and I look at it like that. I love what I do. Do I want to change my life? Do I want to be on the road all the time? And do I want to do a ton of celebrities? No. I'd much rather do Betty from down the street that appreciates me. I want somebody that's going to love me and see me again in 6 weeks. I want somebody that's going to text me tomorrow and say, I love my hair. My husband loved my hair. You know, like I tell people all the time, I was like, I want you to think about me all the time. When you look in the mirror, after the shower, when you blow drying your hair, you're like, oh my God, Wayne did such a good haircut. It's my favorite haircut. It's the best thing. There's nothing better than that. So the celebrity thing is whatever to me at this point. I've done it. I did it years ago. I did it all throughout the 90s and early 2000s. I got to do some really cool things, and it was just, that you could never experience. But the best thing to me is teaching, number one, teaching hairdressers how to be better behind the chair, how to love the industry, treat people good, and my clients are the best things in the world. I can't wait to get to work Wednesday morning and see my clients. But I can't wait to get off work Friday afternoon and be done for the week. I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I love every minute I'm in there. So it's just, whatever you feel like doing. I think the celebrity side of it was cool, and it's great to say you did this. It's great to say you did that. And you get cool stories. And here's the thing. Anything you do and you get a cool story out of, you've done a good job. I think it's all about the stories, man. Stories and experiences is what makes life and the world move. Without that, you got nothing. You got a boring-ass life? Nah. It's not for me, man. I love what I do.
Love that.
Love going to the hair shows. Do I ever get tired of the hair shows? Not at all. Do I ever get tired of taking pictures and talking to people and talking about hair? Absolutely not. There's nothing I love more than sitting on a plane and one of the stewards comes up and be like, oh, my God, oh, I saw you on TikTok. I saw you on Instagram. You're the guy that does bangs. I would love to have bangs. I'll come see you. I said, why don't we cut it right now? And I stand up and pull my scissors down and take them to the back and cut their bangs. That's a Mile High Club, baby. I do it all the time. I've cut hair in grocery stores. I cut hair in department stores that I'm buying cologne from. What? Absolutely. I'll cut hair anywhere. I'll cut hair anywhere. I carry a pair of scissors. I have to always carry a pair of scissors in my pocket or around my neck. And I'll cut hair anywhere. If you ask me for a damn haircut, you're getting a haircut. I have cut hair on airplanes.
No way.
More times than I can count. Absolutely. I was literally in the lounge the other day, and I'm sitting there eating grilled chicken. Woman comes up, she runs the lounge, and I thought I was in trouble. I thought I did something wrong. I didn't do anything. I might have got too much grilled chicken. And she says, first thing she says is, oh my God, I love you. I watch you on the internet. You're who I watch before I go to bed. I really have always wanted you to cut bangs. Can I make an appointment in North Carolina? I said, why don't we just go to the back of the Delta Lounge and cut your hair? So I took her to the back and cut her hair.
No way.
Oh, it's the best, man. Because if I can make somebody happy, it's not about the money. It's about the smile.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, am I going to do it for free? No, I'm not. But I'll do some things for free because I do have 2 kids in college, as I said. But if I can make you smile and I can make your day and you want a picture, and she called her daughter and said, you'll never guess who's in the lounge. You'll never guess who's getting ready to cut my bangs. Her daughter left her place downstairs on an airplane and came upstairs to film me cutting her mother's hair.
Wow.
It's just the smiles, man. It's just the love. Again, it's the love. I cannot stress it enough.
My goodness. Wayne Tuggle, the Barrier of Entry podcast was titled this because I believe there's a barrier to get into this industry.
100%.
Or a barrier to become the next version of yourself.
Right.
What is the barrier of entry, in your opinion?
Entry as far as when you say that to the industry?
Do you think, sure, to the industry or for someone to want to become someone like you, what would that barrier be?
I don't think, as far as to become something like to me, like I said before, it's the love. Nobody wants to be me. Nobody wants to do what I do. Nobody wants to do that many people today. It's a lot. to me, I only do it for love. I do it for money. Don't get me wrong. Believe me. I mean, I'm not eating off the streets out of trash cans. I'm eating 16-ounce steaks a night. But my thing is, you better love it. And if you don't love it, don't do it. And I think the barrier of entry to this industry is not how great you are. It's how much you love it. You can be the worst hairdresser in the world, and you love it. You have a clientele. You can be the best hairdresser in the world, and you hate it. You don't have shit. Simple. That's just what it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I think the barrier to entry starts with the love. Has to. You have to love it. You can't complain all day and go anywhere. You're going to stay stuck. You become a stagnant creek. But if it's opened up and it loves and you flow, it all works out. The money, I tell people all the time, the money always comes. That's, to me, the barrier of entry. I wanted to make X amount a day, but I didn't even today, I still don't charge as much as a lot of people in my town. I mean, not because, again, I'm better than anybody else, this, but yes, do I have a bigger name? Absolutely. But I have no problem giving somebody a haircut or giving somebody a deal if they're thankful. You know what I'm saying? Like like I have some women I've never gone up on in 30 years. 30 years. May hand me $50 for a haircut. I don't say hello for $50. I laugh about it. I mean, I do. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, if I can give you and you love coming to me and I can help you out, I'm going to do it. Am I going to help everybody out? No, I'm not. Because, I mean, you become a martyr. But to me, I feel like, I think if you love it, but if you expect it, you ain't getting it. You give love, you get love. That's just how it is.
Wow.
And I think that to me, a barrier of entry is, in order to get through the door, you better love it. Just don't do it for the money. Because you do it for the money, it's never going to happen. You're never going to be happy. Money's never made anybody happy. It makes life easier. Just because it's easier doesn't mean you're happy. To me, happiness and everything else falls in place.
Wayne Tuggle, everybody. Thank you so much for being a
brother.
part of this.
I appreciate it, man. This was great.
You're fantastic. Is there any closing statement you can say right here to the camera? You want to say anything just to close it all up?
I mean, really, again, just mind your own business. Do what you do. Be the best you can at what you do. Don't worry about what anybody else says about you or to you, because, again, somebody doing better than you is never going to cut you down or is never going to criticize you. And, again, and it's the old saying, and it's redundant, love what you do. You never work a day because you love what you do. See ya, brother.
Thank you, Wayne.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
This is great.
It's fantastic.
Let's go eat some steak.
Let's go.